Hello and welcome to another Philosophies. Today we're going to talk about poetry. You know, that thing that during high school and middle high, what is your interpretation of the road not taken? You know, that. Now, if you look at poetry is very much self-reflection. Now, you know, Phil is very self-reflective. I have a special guest today. He is my cousin, and he used to be a poet and a beatnik. Billy the Beatnik. Let me wake you up. Yeah, my cousin Phil asked me to talk about poetry back in the day, probably when most of you weren't even thought of. Yeah, man, it was really good. Just one word would make a difference. A lot of times, man, we would have to really noodle our nut, man. Yeah. You know, poetry helps me on those days when people are just bugging me like crazy. You know, the hassle, arguments, politics. Man, it's not real good, man. And you just gotta noodle it out, man. Yeah, I feel this. All of you are poets, don't you know? Sometimes you gotta listen to that inner voice. You gotta focus on your own audio. Listen to yourself carefully, 'cause you're never wrong. And most of all, noodle our nut, man. Sometimes we have an orchestra playing. Other times, it's a two-piece band, man.